Obviously, devastating news. I'm heartbroken, speechless, like gutted. We've been working so hard over.
News that is plainly harmful. I'm devastated, stunned, and crushed. Everyone in this camp has been working so hard, and I feel horrible for everyone who is a part of this event. The whole undercard, because this chance has been taken away from us all. Mike Tyson's reported confirmation of the fight's cancellation has left Jake Paul terrified. In the meantime, boxer Amir Khan has offered to take Tyson's place in their rescheduled bout with Paul. King KH is currently in talks to have a fight with KSI in the boxing ring, all the while closely monitoring the Paul versus Tyson situation as it develops. If this proves to be the fact, KH stated he would take Mike Tyson's position, provided Paul sheds weight. If the weights are correct, he claimed he will replace Mike Tyson. Giving up 20 pounds doesn't bother me. It just depends on how much weight is involved. I know Jake has acquired a lot of weight in preparation for the fight. Mike Khan said Jake isn't typically that large, but he has grown a lot of muscle. He said that finding a medium ground relies on Jake's determination to shed that extra weight. KK added, "Let's see, but I've had no calls about that, so I assume they're still hoping to fight Mike because he's not going to want to take a beating before that." He mentioned that he hasn't received any calls regarding it, so he assumes they're still hoping to fight Mike. Amir Khan went on to say that since KSI had been talking a big game, he might as well take on both KSI and Jake Paul after KSI had been defeated. Khan stated that he intended to fight KSI first and then eliminate Jake Paul. After that, Khan said he would take into account how Jake Paul fared against Mike Tyson. He added that KSI has been speaking the big game, so once he's taken a beating, I might as well knock them both out. If I'm going to do that, I might as well knock KSI out first before knocking Jake out. However, if Jake looks really good, it might be worth considering. In contrast, Paul is said to have booked up to 230 pounds for his heavyweight fight against Tyson. Khan boxed 40 fights as a professional, going up from lightweight to middleweight. He won the world titles of the WBA and IF while competing at super lightweight, where he was at his best. Paul has never competed under 185 pounds, but the troublemaker just revealed that he has already lost a significant amount of weight since the bout was postponed. In an exclusive interview with Casino Reviews, WBC President Mauricio Swan praised Paul and Tyson for their achievements to the boxing world and offered his thoughts on the much-awaited impending fight. Suleiman said, "I'm a good friend of Mike Tyson, but also a good friend of Jake Paul. Jake has done unbelievably positive work for boxing, bringing millions of eyes to the sport from his fan base, and also giving opportunities to fight on his cards. And it's been a very positive result." Suleiman emphasized the necessity of prioritizing health and safety in fight planning, especially when there is a significant age gap between the competitors. Swan continued, saying that Mike Tyson is a legend in the ring, and that at almost 58 years old, safety will always come first. He explained that there will be no involvement from the WBC in the fight, which is an 8-round bout lasting 2 minutes each, and that the local commission of Texas will be responsible for deciding how to proceed. Of course, we are concerned about every fight, whether it's a 4-rounder with a novice or Mike Tyson at 58 years old competing. Sulan said that Jake Paul is a fighter who is just getting started in the professional ranks with the goal of becoming a world champion. He added that he thinks Mike Tyson, a legend, would always have potential with his strong punch depending on his condition and health. There is no genuine solution to this fascinating and complex problem. All I can do is hope and pray that both fighters return home in perfect health. Jake Paul is a boxer who is just beginning to compete professionally in an attempt to become a world champion. It is accurate to state that Jake Paul suffered a major setback in his lifetime goal of competing against Iron Man. Mike Tyson, the 58-year-old legend, pulled out of the event for medical reasons. This unexpected turn of events has left Paul facing significant challenges regarding the undercard. Meanwhile, Netflix is expected to announce a new event date sometime in the first week of June. On that fateful evening, Tyson and Paul weren't the only boxing royalty. Ireland's own Kay Taylor was set to fight Amanda Serrano again on July 20th, but fate had other plans, postponing the clash of the Titans. This means that Paul will come under increasing pressure to fill Tyson's shoes and ensure the success of the AT&T Stadium event, as Taylor Serrano and other experienced professional boxers won't wait for Tyson to recover. At 50, Paul has the whole burden of accountability for Boxing Kingdom imposed on ex-Jake Paul finds himself in a difficult predicament when the Mike Tyson bout is rescheduled for the fourth quarter. The problem is that undercard bouts are highly expensive, and celebrities like Katie Taylor are unable to sit out matches for extended periods of time. They also mentioned that the purses for undercard fighters are significant, and most crucially, there is no assurance that Mike Tyson will be able to compete in the fourth quarter given his age and current health. The answer would be Jake Paul sparring 52-year-old David Tua at the age of 37 with just one loss in 24 bouts. Taylor is on the verge of becoming a twilight in her career. She is the undisputed champion in the world lightweight and super lightweight categories, underscoring the need for KT to step up. In the same way that time is passing, Serrano, 35, is nearing the end of her professional career and will soon retire. Delaying her next fight until later in 2024 would mean losing a lot of time as she tries to win back the WBA, WBC, and WBO lightweight titles. Tyson, who is ready to make a triumphant comeback to the professional boxing scene, has chosen to postpone his much-anticipated comeback fight due to medical concerns. Despite this setback, he is unfazed, viewing it as merely a small roadblock on his path to glory. The fight, which was originally scheduled to take place under one of Netflix's most valuable promotions, has been rescheduled. Both fighters have agreed to this change, acknowledging the value of having enough time to prepare for the fight in accordance with their doctor's recommendations. Mike Tyson has been advised to engage in minimal to light training over the coming weeks before returning to full training without any restrictions, according to a press release from MVP. They also mentioned that Mike and Jake both feel it is only right to guarantee that both athletes have equal training time to get ready for this crucial match. According to MVP, Mike and Jake concur that it is only fair to make sure that each player has a similar amount of training time to be ready for this crucial game and be able to participate at the finest level possible, given their health and well-being. Our first goal is being athletes, thus we completely back Mike in taking the time he needs to perform at the caliber he expects of himself in an open moment that is documented on Instagram. Paul Jake revealed the inner agony he's experiencing with the sudden postponement of his eagerly anticipated showdown with the boxing star. Jake Paul shared a video with his fans expressing his sadness and dissatisfaction, and Mike Tyson's profound disclosure has sparked a significant response